going to kick it off. You'll notice my background is different today because it's a special webinar coming to you from the Brilliant office in San Mateo, California. So no beautiful vertical slat wall. You get where was previously a television was mounted. So, that's okay. I don't need to blur my screen. This is how our office is. We have stuff, gadgets and gizmos, tech all around. I'll quickly show you. We have one of our demo kits lined up for everything that is there. So thank you again for joining. Running through the agenda today, we're going to kick it off with actually Brilliant's new president, Jonathan Temlock. We're going to give him a little bit of FaceTime. He's going to talk to you about his excitement and purpose for joining, a little bit about himself, and maybe some vision around the company. So really want to make sure we put a face and voice to the name because you're seeing that in the news. We'll also do a quick recap of the International Builder Show that Marcus and myself attended. So you'll get a quick rundown, kind of what we were doing, the opportunities that were there. We'll also walk you through the steps of how to properly use MDF. If you've been on some of our calls or kickoff calls, we're talking about those market development funds a lot. We have a success story and a case study we want to share with you. So we're going to pick Marcus's brain on exactly how this came about, a quick recap of the event, and how we want to enable you to, use these funds that are available for you to help drive your business, because inevitably your success will be our success. In addition, we're going to then talk about the new Facebook group for our pro-only Brilliant forum, kind of the content that's going to be going in there, how we're going to be moderating it, just a place for you professionals to all come together. And then my favorite part of the Brilliant demo today, as you know, PoE is shipping this week. I have right here a Brilliant PoE controller plugged in via Ethernet cord, as you can see. It is not yet configured. We are going to configure this live together so you can see just how fast, just how easy this is, whether it's your first control or it's your fifth control in the home. And of course, at the end, we'll leave a little bit of time for Q&A. So we'll see how long we run. Might be 30 minutes, might be a little shorter, might be a little longer. But again, we're always going to make sure it's an efficient use of your time. So with that, it's my pleasure to introduce Jonathan Temlock. Jonathan, if you would like to turn on your camera, and we'll let you introduce yourself here.
Hey there. My name is Jonathan Temlock, and I am the president here at Brilliant. I couldn't be more excited to be a part of this company and to work alongside pros like you. I stepped into this role with a strong focus on partnerships and strategic growth. And a big part of that is making sure pros like you have the tools, support, and roadmap that you need to win in the field. Before joining Brilliant, I spent much of my career scaling new businesses in the smart home arena. But what really makes this role personal for me is that I'm also a Brilliant user. I have the controls in my house. I was a big fan before joining the company, and I live with the product every day and use it every day as well. I'm genuinely excited to be here, to work alongside you, to listen to you, and to help you build successful businesses with Brilliant at the center of your smart home offering. I just want to end by saying thank you for being a part of our community, and I'm looking forward to working together with you moving forward.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Jonathan. It looks like the video wasn't coming through, but I think we got you there right at the end. So either way, this is recording. If you missed it, we'll be able to make sure you get his FaceTime a little bit later. So let me share my screen again. Let's go ahead and share here. And screen sharing is paused. I'm going to unpause. There we are. So continuing on, a quick recap of the Builder Show. You'll see Marcus Pollard there on the left with myself, and right here live, being in office, of course, we have the team together. Hey, Mark, great to see you in person.
Hey.
It's nice. We actually get to do this from time to time. So we were at the International Builder Show in Orlando. Marcus, you just want to give a quick recap of kind of our experience, what we saw, maybe some trends, and really, some opportunities that we saw that we can help these guys out with.
Yeah, absolutely. Hope everyone's having a good day. Thank you guys for joining our webinar, first of all. So as Oki alluded to, we were at the International Builder Show last week, which is in Orlando, Florida. The International Builder Show is the largest home builder show worldwide. There are over 100,000 attendees that were there, so a lot of potential to get in front of builders to pitch Brilliant and our solutions, which was the whole point of it. I'll discuss a couple of common themes that I had conversations with and that I just kind of saw while walking around. The big one to start off with is really that builders want technology that drives revenue, right? I don't think that's a surprise. However, it needs to make sure that their technology doesn't lend headaches, right? It can't add complexity. And with Brilliant, we really had a strong pitch on that because, as most of you know, that's exactly what our product does. We're simple, we're easy, we don't add the complexity, we fit directly into construction cycles. So we really resonated with a lot of builders on that side of things. Another big one is interior design and finish is a big reason for tech adoption, right? A lot of you guys have told me, a lot of our other partners that maybe not on this call have always said that our product is beautiful, it's gorgeous, it matters, right? More than just the functionality. Of course, functionality is important. However, the design and the aesthetic needs to be at the forefront, and our product also resonates really well with there, but that was a big theme that we had saw. A lot of beautiful products there. Another big one is builders want scalable, repeatable packages that they can roll across multiple communities, right? They don't like one-offs that create those complexities, that create extra work for either their trades or their own internal teams. So solutions that provide those scalable options that are easy to roll out, that are easy for their trades to adopt, are more likely to be selected from these builders. Again, Brilliant resonated really well with that. And to sum it all up, it's really builders want simplicity, not complexity, technology that has a great aesthetic design and that allows for, more revenue in their homes, right? And so Brilliant really hits those 4 points really, really well. Those were common themes that Oki and I both had conversations for. And again, Brilliant is at the forefront of providing those 4 different factors. So the more you work with builders, please bring them to us. We'll work with you guys to make sure that we can figure out what solution is best, and we'll continue to provide simple, easy to install solutions.
Now, a caveat to that, Mark said, hey, if you haven't, bring it to us. Absolutely, we'll help you close that business. You've seen my in-home demo. I'm happy to do that for you again if you have a build that you'd like to see. But additionally, when we were having these conversations, a common question we were asking was, hey, Mr. or Mrs. Home Builder, who do you want to own that homeowner once the sale is closed? And it felt like 90+% was, we don't want to own it, we want the local, we want the integrator to own that. So yes, we are going out, we are of course selling to these builders, but so many of them asked, hey, I'm building in North Carolina, do you have somebody? Yes, we make that intro, we bring the business to you. So we're not looking to sell directly to those builders. We want to make sure we're giving you that business. That way the builder has a single throat to choke for that price, and then the homeowner, you get to own them to do your upsell and everything that you offer as that value proposition of being a global integrator beyond just Brilliant, but hanging and banging more TVs, the structured wiring, whatever it is that you do to bring value to the business. So that was a common thing I was asking. Marcus, You're probably hearing a lot of the same there.
Absolutely. And you nailed most of the points, right? It really becomes, as builders want to focus on doing what they do best, building homes. And you guys do what you guys do best, which is installing technology and integrating that in. And so it really just lets each party do what their strengths are. And when that is done, then a good experience is provided to the end user, and more business is going to inevitably come out of it. So, yeah.
Yeah. So again, we're thrilled to be able to go and attend these shows. If you are at these shows, flag us down. We're always posting on LinkedIn like, hey, we're going to be here, we're going to be there. We have the follow-up emails. If you're checking the monthly newsletter that we put out, it's generally telling you we will be there. Set up a meeting. We'd love to grab coffee, walk the show floor with you, maybe a dinner. If there's something larger, if you have a builder you want to go out and maybe try and court, we're happy to work with you on that. That's a great use of some MDF or market development funds in order to try and secure more business. So the best thing we can do is have that open line of communication. The more we can help you, the better it's going to be. But yeah, we had a great time, and we'll be seeing you hopefully at the next International Builders Show in Vegas. Yep. Not Orlando this next year.
Yeah. And if you guys work with builders and you have more questions on how we can support your work with builders, please reach out, right? That's what we want to do. We want to be able to be a part of that. So yeah, reach out. We'll be able to help and make sure that we can provide the good solutions and help you guys win business.
Perfect. Awesome. Yeah. Thank you, Marcus. Appreciate it. Continuing on. Oh, you're not done yet. That's my fault. That's right. So I mentioned before the agenda, we wanted to talk to you about a great use case and case study of the market development funds, or the MDF. We actually had a partner, Finely Tuned Technology, use it. So Marcus, you want to walk us through what that process was like, being able to set this up, how the communication started, and then inevitably the execution of the event, and then some results for Finely Tuned.
Yeah, absolutely. As we discussed, I believe, on our last webinar, and as we say throughout our newsletter, and if you just have conversations with any of us as well, you guys know we do have our MDF program available, which stands for Market Development Fund. And again, to recap what that is, it's essentially a pool of money that we have to help financially support you guys as pros in your marketing initiatives. And that could be really, really open-ended in terms of really anything that you guys do to promote your business in conjunction with Brilliant. So the example that we're going to use here actually stemmed from our last webinar that we did. Oki and I discussed how we can work better with our pros. One of the big topics we discussed was the MDF usage. So I have a partner up in Vancouver, Canada, Richard Stokes. If you're watching, Richard, hope you're doing well. He's with Finely Tuned Technology. So Richard approached me after that webinar and was very interested in seeing how we could attend this BUILDEX show, which is a builder show in the Vancouver market. So he reached out as far as, hey, I want to do the show. From there, it's just him and I going back and forth on the phone and figuring out exactly the logistics, what's needed from there. After I get better sense of all the logistics, I'll work with the internal marketing team to make sure, hey, we have the budgeting and we can accommodate what needs to be done. But more or less, it's pretty, painless in the sense that, we're easy to work with, right? Like I mentioned, you guys need to bring us the opportunities. And when you do, we'll do whatever we can to make sure it works. And again, the painless part of it is bring me the opportunity, whether you're attending a show or you want to do an ad placement or whatever it may be. And so that's exactly what Richard did. From there, we were easily able to execute an invoice to, set up payment to have a booth location at the show. It was a 10 by 10 booth. And in terms of success, I'd say it was very successful. Richard, over the 2 days, was able to get around 75 builder leads that he'll be able to directly follow up and hopefully sell them Brilliant to. So that's the whole point of it, right? Is to promote your businesses, promote it in the sense of Brilliant. And this option as well here, not only did we financially support Richard and providing the payment for the booth location, but as you guys can see here, we actually did send a backdrop that included the Brilliant logo. We included a tablecloth and we included a lot of demo materials so Richard could also showcase Brilliant, right? It goes beyond just the financial support. Obviously there's cost included with shipping it, but that's all part of it as well. So to sum it up, bring us your marketing opportunities, whatever it is, big or small, and we'll do our best to make it work. I like to tell people it is first come, first serve. And what I like to tell people is I don't pick favorites. We don't pick favorites. Our favorites tend to be whoever comes to us first is who's going to get it. So, continue to bring us these opportunities. We'll continue to promote it and show examples on how it's been successful. And the whole goal is when you're successful, we're successful. It's a win-win situation. That's exactly what we're trying to support here. So yeah, that's the example on this MDF usage, and we'd love to see more of them throughout the year.
And this is just one. This is probably the larger use case of an actual trade show style event. This can get scaled down. Maybe you want to sponsor a taco truck day for all of your maybe dealers that are coming in, if you're a distributor partner, or if you're courting builders. Oftentimes there's builder days in your region if you're part of a builder group. Hey, we'll bring them in, showcase all your product, what you do, how you offer to secure more builder business. We're happy to support you on that in a similar type of experience. So we mentioned bringing the experience to life. If you look closely at the photos, you can see some of our demo wine box kits that we have. Those just plug in for power, and it has stubbed software, so a simulated experience. So for these shows, you don't have to worry about Wi-Fi because we know that's a very expensive experience. It's also kind of unreliable at the trade shows. But you get the idea. So again, the more information you can provide, the better the experience we can provide you to go out and secure more business. And with this, it's every month, so it's not set up by quarter. And if we don't use it, we lose it. So those are free dollars at your disposal that we want to support you with. So again, could be, marketing. We had a gentleman ask if we could, hey, you wanted to market through, I think it was Nextdoor. Is this like, yeah, let's have that discussion. Let's see how we can work with you to get some ads on Nextdoor to support your business in your region. So nothing is off the table. You just got to bring it to us. And again, this is a great first case study. We're going to promote on LinkedIn. We're going to promote on our social networks. This can also be brought into just how we share our wins with our fellow dealers that are fans of Brilliant is the whole idea. So cool. Thank you, Marcus. Yep. Anything else? Quick?
One shout out, just in case, Adam, you're out there. Adam Bresson with Switch On Pro, another one of our pro partners, also assisted Richard at the show. So it's a good opportunity to, again, partner together. Adam's down in the Seattle area. Richard's in the Vancouver. So there's not a lot of overlap in terms of, competing for the same business. So they supported each other. Mm-hmm. So if there's ever opportunities for you guys to kind of team up as well, this is a perfect example on how it could be successful. So thank you to both Richard and Adam. And yeah, like we said, we'd love to see more of these opportunities come across our desk. And let's see us all just win together.
Yeah, the rising tide lifts all ships. So let's make every home a Brilliant one, which is fantastic. Awesome. Thank you, Marcus. Continuing on, we mentioned a good place to be able to share information, share tips, best practices, wins, case studies, things of that. we are starting a Brilliant Professional invite-only pro user group. So this is going to be the place that we can, share those best practices, talk about our wins and successes, the advanced tips and tricks, what's working in maybe closing a builder or a client, what isn't working, how we can competitively, I'd say, position ourselves that makes the most sense. So there will be some, content that's seeded, of course, by you. If you want to be a part of this, reach out to myself. You can also reach out to marketing, so marketing@brilliant.tech. Reach out to me, OKI@brilliant.tech, and we'll make sure we get you to be a part of this group. So we'll be seeding some content into here, whether it be wiring best practices, installation configuring best practices, like I mentioned before, some tips and tricks and articles. We'll be moderating it. We also are looking for you to bring your stories, your success stories that we can really rely on to help drive the business forward. So we're very excited to launch this. It's really a specific community of those that really enjoy and know the experience that we provide. So we're very happy to bring this to life. We hope you are a part of it. So please, we encourage you, bring your voice. If you're here on this webinar listening to myself and Marcus, chances are this is a place where you're going to want to be, because we'll also be sharing everything on the latest and greatest, tips and tricks, really anything that's new that's coming from the Brilliant side. So happy to bring that to life. Then the final part of the webinar for this month that we are very excited for, the PoE demo. We've been talking about it. I know we showed it off back at CEDIA in September. We're going to configure this system live right now. So I'm going to stop my share and I'm going to, let's see if I can spotlight myself real quick. I'm going to spotlight for everyone. There we go. So I have my Brilliant PoE control. We see here my Ethernet cord plugged in, and that is going to an injector that I have down here. So this is a basic PoE injector. Our Brilliant control is only going to use just under 4 watts of power. So a standard PoE switch is just fine. Generally, if you're doing PoE, you're doing something a little bit larger scale. Maybe you're doing some Sonos Air 100 speakers. Maybe you're doing a Ring doorbell or some cameras. It's a joint holistic PoE solution, even some PoE access points. If you have the ability to do the structured wiring, I always tell people, I come from a wireless background. Before Brilliant, I was with Eero, and I would get asked all the time by those guys. I'm telling them, hey, hardwire your device. Like, you're a Wi-Fi guy, you're telling me to hardwire? Always, if you can hardwire, it's always going to be much more reliable. There's backhaul data, there's tons of different reasons, but sometimes you have to go wireless. Either way, we have this. So what we're going to do right now, it's plugged in for power. This is the true start screen. So now let me go ahead and share my iPhone screen. And this is how confident we are in the experience. I'm going to do a live demo right now. So iPhone via AirPlay. Let me go ahead and go into my iPhone to screen mirror to my Zoom meeting. And you should be seeing my iPhone screen just about now. Confirming, yep, we are seeing it. So I'm going to go ahead and go to my Brilliant app. Now with this demo, the one thing we are assuming is that the home has already been created as well as your account. So this is that default screen that you're probably familiar with if you haven't set up any devices in the home yet. Hey, this is my PoE demo house. I need to set up a home. So I'm going to go ahead and hit that orange button that says Install a Brilliant Control. And we need to, of course, add a device. So we press Add a Brilliant Device. Now, when you get to this screen, you're not seeing 2-gang PoE anywhere. The reason is under the 2-switch control. So when I tap 2-switch control, it's now giving me these options. We have the old version of our product that had the portholes. We have the wired version you have now with the pigtails. We do have the old plug-in version. Where's PoE? If you look at the bottom, it says Pro Installers Only. So I'm going to tap that down arrow for Pro Installers Only, and there it is. My device has an Ethernet port. So we tap on that and hit confirm, and now it's going to be that same process as before. Pick a room for it. We'll just say it's in the dining room. Great, it's the dining room control. You can rename this if you want. Dining room PoE is what we'll name this one. Perfect, and we'll hit save. Great, that's my one control that I have. I'm going to go ahead and hit ready to install, and we'll press start. So it's asking me, is it already wired into the wall? Yes, it is. We're going to help you connect to the device. We'll press next. And like the other Brilliant controls, follow the instructions until it displays a QR code. I'm going to hold this up. I know my camera is really small right now. So let's actually, I can do this quickly. We'll stop share to make this nice and large. Here we go. So this is the process. With boots up, you're going to pick, if you are in the US, USA. Follow the instructions until you get to a QR code scan on the app. So let's go ahead and show the QR code here. and now we're going to do it from the app. So one more time, let me share my iPhone screen because you do want to see how fast this is. iPhone via AirPlay. Go into my phone. Apologies for the hurry up and wait. We got to make sure you see everything the right way. And there we go. You are seeing my iPhone screen, so I'm going to press next. Hey guys, Marcus, say hey.
Hey.
There we are. And now on the Brilliant control, scan. There we go. Just like that. So it's using that to make sure your Bluetooth is turned on and near field communication. It's sending that information over, and just like that, we've configured the Brilliant PoE. So excruciating. Oh my gosh, how are we ever going to survive this? So you can configure the system as easily as that. Per usual, it's asking us to log into our voice assistants. I'll just press all done and skip that. Enabling live view, we know that's access to the camera on the Brilliant device. We will enable that. Now, because this is the PoE control, the next piece here, as we skip connect the integrations, are the sliders. So we will reassign the sliders, but what you're going to see is by default, that first slider is going to be the brightness of the screen. The second slider is going to be the volume for the little speaker that's on there for interacting with the voice assistant, Alex E, or Alex A, as we say, to not make all your homes light up. So we'll just click, I can't click save if I were to change it to, oh look, what's there? Conference room Sonos. Just like that, we already found the device for the integration. Even though we're just now setting this up, it's connected to my conference room Sonos. We'll click save, and voila, just like that. So it already found the Sonos integration quickly and easily. Nope, I'm all done. I would rate our experience. I'm gonna give it a nice smiley face right there and X out. So once we move and hit that back arrow, the PO demo, there's nothing. Oh wait, sure enough, there it is. Let's go to music. Let's go ahead and hit the conference room hit list. Get some music to play. And if I stop my share here from the app, I'll show you on the control. You can probably hear it, but let's crank it up. Set it down. We have a wired in-wall tactile volume control for your Sonos. Control your Sonos remotely as we enhance that experience. Everything that we bring to the table with the value there. So again, that is the experience. We just did that live here in, what, 5 minutes or so, and that's me slowly walking you through this process, let alone if you're doing what you do best, you're just boom, 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 you're in, you're out, you're done. Try that with any other system. You're not going to get that same experience. So thrilled that this is now shipping. Some details about that. If you go into your purchasing portal right now on partners.brilliant.tech, it does come in a 5-pack. Okay, that's just by design. We want you to get this. We want you to play around with it. Chances are you're going to have more than one location if you're doing the structured wiring with the PoE. So just note that that's built in with your appropriate pricing on your dealer tier. So we have it in a 5-pack. It's available right now. If you are a new dealer signing up, you might have seen, as you know, we have a demo kit purchase requirement. You can choose to have the PoE be an option as part of your demo kit initial first purchase if you're just new joining us as a new partner. But with that, that's what we have for the webinar here today. Let's go ahead and see if there are any questions that have come on in or any hands that are raised. Q&A. Oh, come on, guys. No questions? You must have something. Something for Jonathan, something for Marcus, something for myself. I don't see any hands raised. Anything at all. Going once. Going twice. We are sold. Congratulations. I'm giving you about 5-6 minutes of your time back. So again, thank you so much for hopping on. This will be, or this has been recorded. It will be sent out to you afterwards. Be on the lookout for our webinar next month. Of course, there's more exciting things to share. And as always, if you have questions, reach out to myself, reach out to the team. We are here for you. So all the best. Have a great day and a fantastic weekend, and go crush it out there. Take care, everybody. We'll see you. Oh, wait. I got one. Thank you, Ernesto. It doesn't matter how far it is from the closest Brilliant controller, correct? Correct. As long as, I think we've tested Ethernet cords for the PoE as far as 200 feet right now. No loss in degradation or anything like that. So we can confirm afterwards. So Ernesto, if you want to shoot me an email, again, oki@brilliant.tech, I can double check and confirm that distance for you and any sort of requirements on that Ethernet cord or the power going to. But right now, standard, Cat 5 or Cat 6E is really what we're seeing. Should be good to go. So great question there, Ernesto. You're welcome. He said thanks. You can't see the chat. What? Why is he saying you're welcome randomly? So Is this future-proof? If by future-proof you mean it gets all the same updates that we always provide, is backwards compatible with everything, anything we come out with in the future, maybe a new integration, new hardware product, then yes, it is following that same line of Brilliant product and strategy of every device is always going to get the latest and greatest on the updates. So new software integrations, new hardware pieces, nothing goes out of date. So still to this day, the first control we sold back in the fall of 2018, 19, that can do everything that one of these can do today out of the box. So again, they're always going to add more value as we bring more features to the table. So yes, future-proof, Jeremy. You're good. Excellent. Anything else? Now am I going once, going twice, and sold. All right. Have a great day and weekend, everybody. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.